Hello, everybody. What's up? It's Latrice Crawford here, and this is Girls Talk, where we talk about all of the things that every woman is thinking, but is likely too afraid to say, and what every man wants to know, but is likely too afraid to ask. Today, we're going to talk about the joy of motherhood. I have my girls, Marcus Singleton and Felicia Brown, with me today, and we're ready to get into it. Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's go straight in because I need to know. People talk about the glow of motherhood all the time. When you're pregnant, you're glowing. When you have the baby, you're glowing. Just motherhood looks so wonderful. You see my facial expression? So I want to know from you ladies. I'm going to start with Felicia this time. Did you have the glow?
No, I did not. I was ugly. I was hideous. I was unrecognizable.
Really?
And it was very irritating when people be like, "Oh, you're beautiful anyway. You're beautiful." I'm like, nah. Do not tell me that I look beautiful. My skin is oily. That's what it is. The oil is taking over my face. Like I was unrecognizable. Like my neck was black. There was no glow there. Okay, my neck was mad dark. My nose was like this wide. Like no. I think people are just trying to have empathy, so they want to say nice things. I mean, there's really nothing to say when you see somebody look a certain way, and the next time you see them like a house and a cow and all black and like no. But I appreciate all the people that have said very nice things to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, but no. The glow, you just be a little bit more shiny and you be happy, because what is the glow really? Like some glow, because I can put that on. Anybody can put that on. But yeah, it's cool though. Thank you.
But I'm gonna ask you a post question. So,
Okay.
not while you were pregnant, but after you had your kid, did you have the mother glow?
See what happened was, let me stop. So after I gave birth with my son, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And my snapback was like this. I lost everything within a matter of a month. I was good. My daughter, she took everything from me. All my looks, everything. So during pregnancy, I was fine. I was glowing, quote unquote. But after pregnancy, I looked like I got hit by a bus. And not only that, I felt like I got hit by a bus. You know, everything hurts. You can't sit. You're like, ooh. You know, but so no, there was no glow for me after having my daughter. No, my son, yes, but my daughter, no.
I was definitely for me. My pregnancy was amazing. Had no problems with that. My birth, amazing. And I know that's weird to say amazing, but I did a water birth. And I promise you, I was beat to capacity when I went in that delivery room. I refused to be ugly. I was like, no, I don't want to look bad. I don't want to look bad. So I'm going to make sure that I went in there and I looked the bone. So I was supposed to be going to sing somewhere that morning. So I didn't just do it for no reason. I was supposed to be going to sing somewhere, and I went into labor a little bit earlier than what I was supposed to. And so my face was beat. Got to the hospital. I was like, champ, no epidural, water birth, everything all natural. I'm good. I promise you, the minute that I pushed this child out, I was just like, what did I just do? Like, I just had a kid, and I ain't even, am I mature enough to be raising somebody? Like, I'm just still a little bit selfish. Am I? What did I just do? I literally had that moment of like, oh my God, why did I do this? Why did I just have a whole child? And it was more so like, Josh was like laying on me after I had him. They hadn't cut the umbilical cord yet. And I was so tired. And they laid him on me. And they like, look at your beautiful baby boy. And I'm like, I didn't even have the energy to hold him. I was so tired. I was just laying there like, he got all his eyes? He got all his fingers? Like, can he see? Because Josh didn't cry nothing. Josh was laying there like, he's chilling. So I'm like, it's great. They like, yeah. I'm like, why he gray? Why he gray? Josh was the only dark-skinned baby that came out dark-skinned. My child came out brown. Now, you know babies go through like the pink phase and then no. Josh, he came out. So I'm like, why he gray? Like, what's going on? And they like, what you mean? I was complete shock. I definitely should have took an epidural. I was in complete shock. And I think it just really hit me that now I'm responsible for somebody else. Like, I promise you I'm not a horrible person. It just really was like this epiphany, like, oh my God, women always want to have kids so fast and we in such a rush, but now he's here. What the heck am I going to do? Which brings me to my next question. So I want to start with Martha, since you're the married one. Why were you in a rush?
Actually, wasn't. When I got married, we decided to wait at least 2 to 3 years before we even really wanted to try. Like, we were having fun, but we weren't trying to conceive. And sure enough, I got married July 2010. I found out I was pregnant December 2010. I was like, holy snap. Like, I knew I was pregnant immediately because, you know, my clock was on point. Everything with me was on point. So for me to miss anything, I was like, holy snap, I'm pregnant. Sure enough, I was pregnant. So I had my son the following year. And then with my daughter, it's a 5-year gap. Again, there's no rush for us. For me, there's no rush. With my daughter, there's no rush. 5 years later, I was 3 months pregnant. Didn't even know I was pregnant. No, I got into a car accident, everything. While pregnant with her, didn't even know it. I was pregnant. Until my husband looked at me one day. He was like, Martha, you look different. And I was like, really? And my sister looked at me. She's like, Martha, you look different. I think you're pregnant. My sister's a labor and delivery nurse. She looked at me. She's like, Martha, you're pregnant. I'll never forget that night. No, it was 12 o'clock in the morning. I drove to Walgreens and go buy, what's it called? Buy Clear Blue test. Is it what it's called? Clear Blue? Bought the test, took 2. Immediately, I was like, shoot, I'm pregnant. So for me, it was no rush. It was God. For me, it was God. God wanted me to have these kids, so they're here.
It was the consequences of tanking and being nasty because you're married.
Hey, I'm grown. We're grown.
Don't put it on Ginger. Keep it to yourself. That's what it's from.
No, but I was on it though. Like, especially with my son, I was taking precautions, going to my doctor, taking my prescription. And literally the 1 month that I didn't take because I had to have surgery, I got pregnant. I was on it. Like, I wanted to wait. I wanted to finish school and everything. But God had plans for us. So now we have our 2 miracles. So
listen.
Yeah, for me, wow. It was no rush. It was just surprises for me.
Felicia, how about you? Did you feel like, you know, everybody, I don't say everybody knows, but Felicia is our single one. Well, I'm single too, but I was married before. Felicia's our single one. So she's never been married, but she has a beautiful daughter. And I want to know, did you feel like, okay, I'm not married, you know, I'm trying to, you know, get my career and stuff done and you know, do all this stuff. I need to have a child because I'm getting older. Like, did you feel that way, or did it just happen because you was being nasty too?
Definitely, I was definitely being nasty. Ooh, what is done in the dog will come to the light. No, but honestly, I'm one of those people that the doctors kind of like told that they wouldn't have a kid. So, you know, I went with that. I'm like, I ain't gonna have no kid. I ain't cool. Like, I ain't married anyway. Like, everything's gonna be fine. Until that one day, I just started feeling lightheaded, about to pass out, and like throwing up at work. And it was kind of just like, okay. But I think that I didn't plan it because, of course, I thought it wasn't going to happen. But I don't know. I did feel like a little bit of I'm not going to say too much pressure, but it did feel like a kind of pressure because, like, I have married friends. I have a lot of married friends actually, and that are young. So I kind of felt like, okay, God, like I'm with them, like we all getting pregnant. You know, some people were married, some people are not, but it's just the fact that I just thought that, okay, maybe it's just my time for this to happen. I was still very focused on like still trying to work and stuff. It was just weird. All I could say is that you really can't prepare for it. It's just something that just kind of just happens, and it really just shakes your whole entire life up, and you just be like, what is this? And then you just kind of adapt to it. But you know what? I want to say one thing too. I think sometimes men think that we be in a rush to have kids, and we really don't. I think the whole being in love thing, when you're actually really in love and you start thinking and dreaming about having a family, and when you're in a relationship, you know, that, you know, seemingly going well, you're like, yo, listen, whatever happens, it's just whatever happens, whatever God's will is God's will. And it's pretty much same like how Martha said, it was God's plan for Jace to be here. So I'm just like, whatever. I'm a single mother now, so what's up? It's all right. I'm here. I'm still here.
But you're doing it, girl. You're doing it, and she is beautiful. I'm telling you, she's so smart too. Like, she's beautiful. And Martha's daughter, Savannah, let me tell you something about this child. This child be like having full out tantrums to go to Target, and she's not Martha, Miss Fashionista, stylist. Like, I literally be on the phone with Martha. Martha be like, oh my God, my daughter's having a meltdown because she wants Starbucks and she wants to go to Target, and I'll be like, oh my
she wants Starbucks.
She's a diva. And
she like the shortbread cookies, the one that looks like a shell.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah,
and the green tea frat.
Right. So she knows every time I go to Starbucks, if I don't get a caramel frappuccino, that, you know, I always get that for her. So she goes crazy for it. She knows I love Target. I cannot leave Target with one item. It's impossible.
No, Target is the devil. Tell y'all now. Target is the mark of the beast. Don't go there.
Don't go there.
And your car gonna be over. Your car gonna be over. So I would definitely say for me that I don't know if I was in a rush, but I had a plan. You know, like, I think that I had my whole life planned out a certain kind of way. And it was like, I mean, I definitely say that I felt like it was because of the pressures of being a woman. You know, my mother was always in my ear about, y'all having kids so late. Y'all gonna be 95 by the time y'all kids are 2. Oh my God. I had y'all when I was this age and I was already married by. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all generation? And it was like every day, I'm 10 and you telling me that I'm 10, Mom, 10. Pressure. So, you know, by the time when I went on Sunday Best and when I got off, I think I was about maybe 26 then. And I was like, well, you know, I don't want to have all this, you know, success without a person to share it with. And then came Josh. Now, I was on birth control when I got pregnant with Josh. I had Josh when I was married. Don't judge me, saints, and be out here telling other people. No. Take your ear from your mouth. Take your ear from the whisper. I was married. Don't you do it. Don't you do it remove your mouth from the whisper. Because I was married. All right? Not condemning nobody else. I'm just saying you're not going to put it on me. Huh? All right. Now back to what I was saying. Because you know they like to put their hand to their mouth and their ear to a whisper. Remove thyself. You know my name. All right, now that we got that out of the way, I was definitely married, but I was, you know, even though I was on birth control, I was definitely wanting to be pregnant. I wanted to have a child. I was also one of those people, the people that the doctor said would never have kids. My womb was messed up from the crazy situation that I was in. You know, somebody was putting their hands on me. So my womb was messed up, and they told me I wouldn't have kids. And then here came Josh. You know, it's definitely a part of my testimony, and I'm grateful for it. But I do feel like that I was in a rush, and I think that that's why when I had them, that shock came over me. Like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold up. Okay, wait, stop the presses. Why did I just do this? Why? Oh my God, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I haven't done that. Oh my God, I didn't do that. What about when I want to do that? What about this not work? What about? And I had all these questions because I rushed. I'll definitely start here and say, I love my little son. But if I knew then, what I know now, that's how I was shot. Let me tell you something. I would have waited as long as I could still have the same exact child, the same, you know, with the same exact characteristics and everything else. I would have waited much longer because I still needed more time. I think I did a lot of my growing up after I had him. I got a lot of the patience and stuff that I needed to be a mother after I had him. Now, if I could have learned all them lessons before and knew some of what my life was going to be before I had him, this sister right here would have waited. I'm sorry, don't judge me, judge your cats, okay? I'm just telling you my story. That's my story. That's my testimony. All right, let me hear the other girl's testimony. Hallelujah. Because you know you feel the same way. You know y'all sitting over there at home talking about child and testimony. My nerve. Trust me on this one. I'll start with Felicia. Felicia, would you have waited?
I definitely would have. I really would have, because you know what? I think that I didn't really realize where I was at in my career. You know, sometimes, especially being an artist or doing anything kind of artsy, it's like you always have to have this like tunnel vision where you're just focused and just trying to get somewhere that you never like really get to stop. And it's like when you come out, it's like, wow, I really did all of these things. But at that time, the things that I did, I still kind of kept them to be light. Because, I'm not the type of person that, I don't get too crazy. I don't get hype. I don't, like, boast about, like, what I'm doing. I'm real low-key, real private. So it's like I kind of didn't really. I'm like, wow, I almost traveled pretty much the whole world, and I still didn't see that as anything, like, great. I thought it was great, but I kept feeling like I could do more, or I felt like I was going to do more, and I was just really just going for the ride. I've really just been on a ride and just kind of just enjoying it. And it's just like, if I would have waited, maybe, I don't know. I think things would have been different, of course. But like, I'm happy God's plan is perfect, because I still would wait. I'm okay with it. I'm dealing with it, and same like how you said you did a lot of growing up. You had Josh. With Jace, I definitely had to grow up and think more like a woman, and like having womanly responsibilities. Like, we all have them already, but having a child is like, oh my God, if this person don't eat, like, it's gonna be a problem, and you have to really, they're so fragile. They don't come with no manual. You just be looking at them like hoping you don't break them and stuff like that. Like, that's just crazy. But I would waited until later. I would have waited to get married. Like, I knew I should have. I don't know why I let the devil come and tempt me in the garden, because I should have waited.
Because you wanted somebody in your garden, huh? You wanted a serpent in your garden. But that was a lie. Seeking whom he may devour. He devoured you, didn't he? Yes, he did.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is how we talk, okay? Listen, we having girl talk. I told y'all, men are not the only ones who act like this. They just act like this in public. Women act like this behind closed doors. We letting y'all see it, okay? We think about the same stuff. I'm trying to tell y'all. But we don't do it no more. We saved now.
I'm saying it's sanctified.
We saved now.
Myself. I am the Virgin Mary again. over. Like, get married. Well, I can't wait. I can't wait for that when it happens. When I can come on the show, like, yo, oh my god.
Me too. Me too. It's coming. It's coming. I want my hand to feel heavy. Drag me down. Amen. Amen. Martha, I actually want to ask you this question because you and I both have sons. I want to know.
Okay. Oh, this is about to get deep. Okay. So with my daughter, I have more patience with her by letting her cry, like expressing her feelings more. Like my son, he'll vocally express his feelings, but once say I take something away from him, he start crying. I'm like, stop it. Like, why are you crying for? Like, I get irritated easily.
Yeah.
And I know I shouldn't do that because, especially, I'm raising a black man, I'm raising a black boy, they constantly having, tell them to suppress their feelings, stop crying, toughen up, man up, do this. And sometimes I catch myself doing that. I never seen my dad cry before. My brothers, yeah, of course, but you don't see that often. So I'm learning to let him express his feelings. I let him express his feelings. Sometimes it drives me crazy, but I let him do so. I let him cry it out, but sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to put you in football to toughen you up. I've said stuff like that, things like that to him, and I do feel bad sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, nah, I need you to toughen up a little bit more. I feel bad saying it out loud. It sounds crazy saying it out loud now that I'm hearing myself, but I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. So
I definitely will say that I think it's a common problem,
right.
that when it comes to how we raise our sons. That's why I asked you that question, because sometimes I feel like, like at one point in time, like I was alone in that feat. Like, am I the only person telling my son to man up? Am I the only person that's,
right.
not allowing him to have these emotions and feelings? And
right.
I feel like one day I just like really got to a point, and I think we talked about this in the last, conversation. I was just saying one day I got to the point where I was like, yo, I'm raising the same monsters that I've dated. Like I'm raising him the same way. To like be numb, not have no feelings. And
right.
I'm not even raising him, I'm coddling him. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, because I don't want to mess him up. I don't want to jack him up, but in the same breath, I am, because I'm telling him to just like be numb. Don't feel nothing. Don't.
Right.
One day I just like had this break, and I was like, something, like I can't treat you like this, because if I do, you're gonna grow up, like I said, to be the same way. Like this generational curse of how I saw my father, some things that his dad had to, fight through and deal with. Me and his dad had a very long conversation, and just was like, we don't want to raise that kind of person who can't come to us, who won't talk to us, who needs to go to his friends, as he gets older and sneak around and do things. I realized with him too, like he's a boy, he's gonna be out there doing all kinds of nasty little things to these little girls. Like he's disgusting, just like the rest of them. And I was like, if I don't make it a safe place for him to come and talk, I'm telling him like, oh, stop it all the time, he gonna be out there doing, like I said, these men be doing us. You know what I mean? So I was like, no, let me really stop and raise him the same way I would a little girl. You know what I mean? And not saying I'm raising him like a little girl, but more so raising him to be human, to not feel like he can't express himself, he can't cry if something hurts him, he can't say that something's hurting him. But I also wanted to raise him in an environment where he could tell me if I was wrong. I grew up very different than him. My dad was like that, where he was like, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. My mom definitely would come and apologize to us if she hit us for the wrong thing or, yelled at us for the wrong thing. But in the same breath, it was very much like that. The culture of the way we were raised back then is very much just do what I say. Don't ask me no questions. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If you get hit, you get hit. And it's for something you did another time or something you're going to do later. I didn't want to raise Joshua like that. I wanted to very much raise him where he felt like, you know what, I can come and have it. Once he say it in the right way, that's important. is very important because I'm still dark skinned. I'm still brown. Well, I ain't dark skinned, but you know what I mean. I'm brown. And I don't play that. See, I'm trying to tell you this devil phone will act stupid, but here we go. So I wanted to make sure that I raised him in a manner where he would feel comfortable coming to me, you know, for anything, whether he felt emotional, or if he felt like he didn't understand something, if he had questions about, you know, I never forget, one day I called him on YouTube. And Josh is one of them kids, you don't gotta like really just, you know, stare over his shoulders because he's great. But one day he's on YouTube and he's watching some little video and it's a woman just there. She just everywhere. She was fully dressed, but she just boop to the boop, 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 everywhere. And he just.
Can I say something? So at one point, I caught my son Googling boys kissing girls and caught him Googling, what was he Googling? Girls' butts.
Oh my God.
I lost my freaking mind. I'm like, it starts that early. So I was like, my husband, I was like, babe, you handle this because this is too much for me right now. And I spoke to other friends who have boys. It was like, yeah, girl, they nasty. I'm like, what? I'm like, but he's 8. She was like, yeah, it starts early. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
But you know what? Even with that, I wanted to make sure that when I caught him, he thought he was going to get in trouble.
Right.
And I had to switch up because every time he wanted to be like, what are you doing? But I had to switch up. And I was like, I said to him, I said, you know what, babe? I said, technically, you should want to see this. You should. Your boy, you should want to see it. It's something that you should want to see. I said, so I'm not going to really yell at you for you having an urge to see something that's naturally within your DNA to want to look at. I said, however, I want you to understand that right now, you too young to just be looking at that and watching it. You know what I mean? I was like, you know, and even when you get to a certain age, you're going to look, just be respectful in your looking. Don't be staring at no woman looking at her boobs while she's talking. Make sure you looking at her in her face. You know what I mean? So I realized it was a moment for me to teach him something rather than to scold him for doing something that is natural. Because like at that age, you start coming into the realization that it exists and that it is real. You know what I mean? And that, wait a minute, boys got different thoughts than women got. And I don't understand why I like this. And what is this? You start coming into your own and into this different person, you know? And so for him, I had to remember that he's getting older, but I had to remember too, as a boy, you know, he's going to probably, you know, think about these things a lot earlier than what I did as a female, you know, and he's going to be attracted to it a lot earlier. And so instead of yelling at him and then making him see him do it,
right,
I had to more so make sure that he knew that I understood it wasn't allowed, but that I understood what he was feeling and what he was going through. I see a lot of parents that utilize their children to somewhat fix their mistakes, the mistakes that they made. You know, either if they have a lot of other kids, they make the oldest one watch the other little children. They don't try to get no babysitter money, don't try to pay them or nothing, you know. Or if the parent was not as successful, then when the child gets a job, it's like they said the child got to take on all their bills. Or if the parent wanted to live a certain life, career, whatever, when they're not successful in that, they want to live vicariously through the child. How do y'all feel about that? Felicia, let's go to you. Get some water real quick. I know I'm ghetto, don't judge me.
It's crazy because I mean, I'm really big on individuality, you know, and I want my daughter to be happy. I'm not gonna put no type of pressure on her to do anything really besides what she wants to do. I'm gonna make sure she knows that whatever she wants to do. I mean, that's especially if she starts getting older. I got some time to figure out, and I'm glad I got jobs because y'all can help me. But, you know, in about 5-6 years or whatever, she's going to start expressing things and showing interest. I'm never going to feel like I want her to, like, do anything for me or take care of me. All she has to do is worry about herself. That's all I want her to do. Worry about herself. I mean, I don't. People do that, and you know, I could get married and have mad kids, and she want to be the oldest kid. I'm not going to be like watch the other kids, because that's not. It's not her responsibility. I'm not going to give her any responsibility that is inappropriate for her. Because, you know, sometimes people, especially young girls, they have kids because they feel like it's normal. Like, oh, I've been watching kids forever. So, like, this is easier. I've been doing this forever. I already know what to do. I don't want her to be like that. I want her to enjoy her childhood. Just be a child. Because when you adult, there's no turning back. Because I wish I could turn back and I cannot. So, be a child. Be a child. Until you're an adult, and then we can talk about it, and like we can walk, and we maneuver you through the life. Like that's what we do.
The whole Baptist fit. You ain't see that?
Yeah.
What happened? A whole entire Baptist fit.
She's about to start shouting again.
Like
I was recording when she was shouting. Oh my God.
when my son be saying, I can't wait to grow up, for no one could tell me what I can do, if I could be my own person. I tell him, I'm like, slow down. Enjoy being 8. Enjoy not having bills, not having responsibilities. The only thing you have to worry about is making sure your room is clean and schoolwork.
Yes.
That's it. That's
Yes.
it. Like, I constantly have to remind him, like, just enjoy this, because before you know it, you're going to be 21 and out in the real world.
Yeah.
The real world is not kind. You know?
Yep.
So I constantly remind my son, like, hey, enjoy being the kid. Just enjoy. So, and as far as responsibility, I agree with everything you said, Felicia. I don't think a parent should put their responsibility on their child.
Absolutely.
To watch your siblings as I go out and do God knows what. No, that's not fair. That's
Absolutely.
not fair. Yeah, I agree with you, girl.
I definitely feel like that if a child, like, let's say if a parent has an emergency or something happens, you know, if you ask the child every now and then, especially if they're significantly older. I know in my situation, by the time I probably have another child, Joshua he could possibly be 14. He only got, that's 4 more years. By the time I meet someone, like them enough to want to stay with them, be with them long enough, and then have some enjoyment time with them, after we get married, it could be about a good 4 to 5 years before I have another child. So I know Josh would be old enough to do it, where if I said, hey, I'm just going to run out, blah, 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 but I don't feel like that. If you just, I want to go on some dates, I want to go here, pay a babysitter. If your child is going to be your babysitter, pay your child, because that's not their child. Get them some money. My sister does that all the time. If she has to run out and get something for the kids, she's running to the store to get something for the house, she'll say to my niece, hey, you want to watch your brother for a few minutes? She's like, sure. She put some money in her little Cash App account on her little prepaid credit card. The fact that she has one is probably insane. But she puts a little cash up there, you know what I mean? So that she feels like I'm helping you, but I'm also being rewarded for my help. It's not like you just out here running the streets. First of all, she's running errands for the kids. But it's not just like you just out here, you know what I mean? Got me watching your kid like it's my child. I realized with Joshua, he naturally started to take on a lot of responsibility. And it could be because of some of the way I raised him. You know, I always felt like raising a child was not about doing everything for them, but equipping them to know how to do it for themselves. So as they get older, they know how to do it. You know, I never wanted for Joshua to become one of those guys that don't know how to wash their dirty clothes, can't wash the dish, can't make a meal for himself. I never forget my father, he called himself trying to help my mother out with the laundry. Man put the dishwashing liquid in the laundry, in the washing machine. And I used to take care of my parents. So I'm going in the living room. I see soap coming down from the second floor down the steps into the living room. And I'm like, what in the world? He's like, yeah, I wanted to surprise mommy when she came home. She ain't have to wash those dishes. Wash those clothes. I said, with the soap side? Like, what was you surprising her with? He's like, what you talking about? I said, sir, look at the steps. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, what were you doing? well, we had no laundry detergent, so I figured if I put dishwasher liquid, and I'm like, Daddy, it's not the same. He's like, well, I ain't never washed no clothes before. I went straight from my mother's house to my wife's house. I don't know. And as funny as it is, I still know, not my son. Not my son. He's going to know how to do these things. Have I ever tried to make him be, like responsible for me? No. But like I said, Joshua is I would say he's a very youthful child at times. And the things that he thinks of, I'll never forget one day I woke up and I got up a little bit later than he did. And I get up and I'm like, oh my gosh, like Josh was up for a while. Let me go check on him. I'm like, Josh, you good? I overslept. I'm so sorry. I was so tired. I stayed up and worked late last night. He said, oh, Mom, it's okay. I said, no, you hungry? He said, no. I said, you're not hungry yet? Josh is like, it's like 11 o'clock. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. I made myself a sandwich and earlier I had a waffle. Did you cook it? Yeah, I read the instructions. He probably was like 5. I read the instructions on the box and I put it in the microwave. And one, I was like, okay, amazing. Can we do this again next Saturday? But then I was like, okay, I definitely can't leave you up like that, on your own, because I know you will go and just do it. You won't come and tell me, you won't disturb me, you just do it. But 2, I really realized that I needed to tell him to kind of chill out a little bit and just be a kid. I have to force Joshua to just be a kid. But I realized when my mother passed away in March, my friend came by the house to sit with me when my mom first passed, and I was telling him like, I really, I gotta prepare myself to tell Joshua. I don't know how he's gonna take it. He's gonna probably take it really bad. Joshua comes in the house and kind of on eggshells. I like to take him to the kitchen so he's not around everybody. And I take him in the kitchen and I say, hey babe, I'm just want to make sure you know. He's like, Grandma passed away, didn't she? And I'm like, yeah, I know that. He goes, because we back here. Like I'm going to be home. We're outside so I can go to school. I'm back here now. Only reason I wasn't back here is because Grandma passed away. So I go, how do you feel about that? He's like, I'm sad, but I'm gonna suck it up. I said, suck it up. Why are you gonna suck it up? Well, because I feel like right now you kind of lose. So I'll suck it up until later. He turned around, walked away. He said, you good? Like I didn't know how to handle it. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. He was like, all right. Gave me a hug. Kept it moving. Oh my God, my child is dead inside, like his mother. I said, oh my God. I was like, oh my. Society has these rules of what kind of mother we should give up everything in our lives. We should be completely miserable. We should look like hags all day. Our hair should not be done. No, actually, that's a lie, because as much as they feel like that, they also feel like that we should look completely put together, even though we have kids. That's the societal rule. We should give up everything, be miserable, not have time in our day for us at all, have dinner on the table. The kids should eat 3 to 4 or 5 meals. They should have a snack every other hour. They should be scholars in school. They grow up and have great jobs. All in the while, we are beat to capacity and we look amazing. That's what they expect. That's what they want us to be. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, when I first had Joshua, there was sometimes 3-4 days I didn't get to take no shower. And then one day, you know what I said? No. Oh, no. That's not he going to lay there. He going to cry for a few minutes. I'm going to take him off the bed so he don't fall off, put him in this crib. He going to lay in there and cry for a few minutes because he is not dying. There is nothing wrong with him. He can sense that I'm going in the shower and that I don't stink no more. And that's why he's crying. I'm going in the shower. I'm going to eat this food. I'm going to put on makeup and lip gloss. I'm going to look like something. And I don't care if anybody thinks that I'm bad or that I'm a bad mother. I'm going to have my independence. I'm still going to, go out and do different things. I'm going to always make sure he is taken care of. But I'm not going to kill myself. I am never going to look like death or feel like death. So I'm very quick to let Joshua know, hey, just today, after schoolwork from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., I was a school teacher when I was getting a check for it. I am not a school teacher now. I'm a parent. And I'll do it for free. I don't mind, but don't put the occupation on me that I'm a school teacher, okay? I still have a job. I still have work to do. After that whole night, and literally every hour having an interview and 2 life coaching clients today, I literally was Schoolwork for 45 minutes, running back to do my own stuff. And mind you, I'm in school again. I told him at 4 o'clock, I said, you know what? He wanted to sit in the room. Can I just come and spend time with you? No, you spend time with me from 9 to 4. But I was doing schoolwork. That was your time. Time is up. You got to go. Get out. I'm going to get me a snack. I'm going to sit in this bed. I'm going to watch a TV show for 45 minutes. And then I'm going to get dressed for my Skype call for my girls' night in with my girls. You got to go. Set your alarm. Put yourself to bed at 9:30. How about that? So I guess I'm a bad mom. How about you, Alicia?
I think I'm a great mom. My daughter happy. As long as she's happy and she's smiling, I feel like, I'm doing the best that I can, But I do some things, people try to put pressure on you, but I don't know. I just really pace myself, like, especially after she came and I realized everything that I was really going to have to do to kind of keep things together. Like, keeping myself together is part of my work, part of my lifestyle. So being able to still do my makeup, I had to. There was times where, I had to. I remember my mom, she would come over every morning while I went to work, and her and Jace would just sit there and they would watch me do my makeup and watch me, just get ready. Certain things I still just had to do. So I don't know. The question is so like, there's like, this question has so many layers because there's so many things that we get mom shamed for that there's really too much to count. I just really go by if Jace is happy. As long as she's happy and she's smiling and she wants to talk to me,
you're good.
I mean, because it's even hard too, because I'm very sensitive to her because, her parents are not together. So that's already going to be one thing that she's processing. So I give her a lot of slack and a lot of, leeway to express how she feels, because she's going to be frustrated. It's going to be times she's just going to be crying. I just do my best to work with it. Now, sometimes the only time I might feel like I might be a bad mom is probably like when she be having a tantrums, when she don't listen, or when she doesn't want to listen, or when she like, Jace got him out. She's 3 years old, but some of the stuff that she says to me, I just have to like look at her. I'll be like, Jace, you let's go put away your toys. She'll be like, never. Like, dude, you got mad voices and stuff like that. And a lot of times I spend my time just looking at her like, are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? Like, sometimes she'd be like, that's ridiculous, Mom. This is, I'm like, ridiculous? A 3-year-old telling me something is ridiculous.
Right.
It's kind of, it's rude technically, but I don't know. Sometimes I still be kind of like stuck when she do stuff. And that's how she get away with things. Because then now, I be like really frustrated sometimes, especially because there's a lot going on. And that makes me stop more to think about how I'm supposed to, correct her without being aggressive. Because I don't want to be aggressive with her. I don't want to yell. I want to talk. I want to have a good communication with her always. So, sometimes she get over on me because by the time she done been rude and moved on, I'm still thinking about, all right, how am I supposed to do that? Yeah. She come back like, I got an idea, Mom. And I'm just like, first of all, you on the timeout. Don't come over here talking about some who got an idea. But that's how they get over on you sometimes too. I don't know. That would be the hardest part, I would say. Like the discipline. Because like I said, I don't want to shout. I don't want to be like, I try to be very, but she be getting over on me. So I'll be watching y'all trying to get some pointers how to deal with her when she be turning up, because she's only 3. So I'm like, if you 3 and you acting like this, like when you 13, what you gonna do? You gonna be shouting? You gonna be telling you hate me or all that stuff? Like you will be like bugging out? Like that makes me wonder, like, okay, how far is she gonna go with this? When should I begin to, imply more discipline? Like I don't hit her. I rarely ever hit her. I might pop her every once in a while, but one of my friends actually gave me a good like disciplinary thing. Like she's like, you just gotta grab the Sprite cake. She be like, there's this little piece of skin underneath their arm that You pinch it a little bit, it gets together. So, one day, she got real rude with me. And I just grabbed up her arm and I just pitched just a little bit. She just kind of just like looking. I was like, did you hear what I said? Do you understand me? And she was just like, yes, mommy. So now I know that, okay, I don't got to, spare not the rod. I don't got to be spanking you and hanging or all the belt or whatever people be using, that I could just do that little thing without leaving no marks on you or causing you like all this great trauma. It's really hard though to figure out, because like it's like every day it's something new. Like
it really is. It is, especially as she's developing and growing. She's testing you, and trying you to see, what can I get away with? What can I do? What is she gonna get upset about? One thing I was really big on with Josh was making sure that I have too, but I wanted to make sure that I talked to him like a regular person, not a child, not a little kid. Like I wasn't gonna do the whole baby. And you know why you can't do making sure he's really understood what he's doing, the consequences of his actions. So even for him, it was never like oh, you did something such a pop. It was more so like when you take that tone with me, you're never gonna get what you want from me. So you can continue if you want to try to do that, but that's not gonna move me. Josh was one of them little smart aleck kids too. Very, very, high brain capacity. And sometimes he says things and he don't mean to be rude, but it comes off that way because it's like, well, mom, think about it. Why wouldn't you do? Are you saying I'm stupid? Like, what are you saying? Because I gave you the brain you got. What are you saying? You know what I mean? Me and Josh very much, talk like that, to each other. Like, oh, come on, dude. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make sure that he understood my capacity. There's a lot of times where I'll tell him, you know what? It's probably not safe for you to be around me right now. You should probably move. And he'll be like, what? I mean, what I was just saying was, I done gave you the warning. I'm letting you know that it's probably not safe for you to be standing here for me right now. All right, mom, I'm gonna let you go. I've even told him too, when you have moments and you feel like you want to be upset with me, because you're gonna get upset with me. It's all good. But go in your room, close your doors, punch every pillow, every wall. Don't put no holes in my wall. Punch everything in that room that you want so that when you come to me correct. I'm never going to tell you not to be mad at me. I'm never going to tell you that I'm not going to get on your nerves. I'm never going to tell you that I'm not going to say something that you're not going to like. I'm not saying we can't have a conversation about what you don't like about what I said, because maybe there's a different way. I'm open to that. But it's all about your tone. And it's about
Bless you.
So I know it's a little bit hard for you and I, Felicia, to maintain our independence. But I think for a married woman, it's a little bit more difficult to maintain some sort of independence when you have a husband and you have kids. So Martha, how do you still maintain some of you and your independence and some of what you need while trying to manage the dependency of your family?
It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. 2 kids, one is 8, one is 3. It's a 5-year gap. So their needs are different, right? And then plus my husband needs on top of it. And then the overall family needs. So a lot of the time I tend to come last. And, I tend to do something like I'm always the last one to get dressed, the last one to take a shower, the last one out the house if we're going somewhere. I'm always the last one. So like what I've done, I spoke to my husband, we communicated about it. And I let him know, hey, every first and third Saturday of the month is me time. The kids is on you. If I want to go out with my friend, go to Broadway with Latisse to go see a show real quick or whatever it may be, I need this me time. Personally, I'm a person who thoroughly enjoys my own company. Yep. I would crack up and be like, Martha, you crazy, just like laughing. I'm that kind of person. I enjoy taking myself to the movies. I enjoy going to dinner, like nice places by myself. I love traveling by myself. Mine is being on the plane ride, but that's a whole nother story. I'm a mess on the plane, but I will get on the plane. But anyway,
He be grabbing my knees, y'all, holding my hand, bleeding the blood, talking my precious Jesus. Lord Jesus. Lord, put this in your right hand, Lord. I would be like, Martha, get off of me. I got to hold her hand through the whole plate. She go to sleep. She's like, Tease, hold my hand. I'm like, girl, you sound like such a big girl.
I'm a mess on the plane, but I would get on the plane. No one hears me screaming or anything, but I am. I'm a mess on the plane.
She gets everybody. Let's go. Even when she gets on, I'm just letting y'all know if it's turbulent. I'm gonna be a mess, okay?
I like the whole area.
Would you be on there screaming?
No,
I'm having mini heart attacks, several heart attacks.
Even takes off. Be telling the stewardess what she needs. She be like, you got water? Can I have some water? She be like, I got the little bags. I need a bag because I think I'm gonna get nauseous. If it's turbulence on this plane, I'm just letting everybody know that it's going.
First of all, I'm not that extra. But I do bring blessed oil with me. So as soon as I get on the plane, I bless the whole plane. I throw oil towards the pilot, at the stewardess. None of them know that I'm doing that. I'm blessing the plane. I'm praying over this plane. Okay, so the reason why my fear is, I don't even know how we got on this topic. I like being in control a lot, right? I have no control over what happens flying. I don't like the fact that first of all, the plane is too high. Why we have to go 40,000, 30,000 feet up?
You don't understand my struggle. As soon as I sit on a plane, I'll be asleep. As soon as I sit down, I'm asleep. This one in the middle of the flight, Taste.
I'm like this.
Taste, you wait. Taste, you up. Huh? What? Oh, you wait. Because I don't think I'm going to make it. The plane, you didn't feel that.
Felicia, I be in tears. I mean tears, crying. I can't sleep.
Are you kidding me?
I wish I was big. And mind you, I'm a tough chick, but something about the plane, and I have the control of the plane. Let me tell you, if I was the pilot, I would be fine. But because I'm flying the plane, because I'm not flying it, I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess on the plane.
You don't understand. Like, the struggle is real. Like, it's real.
I'll get on the plane. I'll still travel, go to the other side of the world. But just know the whole entire trip, Jesus, 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 Jesus. My Bible's on my lap, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. I'm squeezing her knees. Whoever next to me, your hands are getting squeezed.
Like, I'm in full on grip. I mean, like, now I'm afraid of heights. That's the reason why I go to sleep as soon as I get in the plane. I'm knocked out. As soon as I get in the
I think my husband purposely booked our trip. He sat in front of me.
You see kids.
So the stranger's next to me. I'm holding my hands. It was like, it's okay, man. It's gonna be okay.
Real. She crazy.
I'm sorry. How did we get to that?
Because you were talking about how you like
I
going
love traveling by myself.
by yourself.
Even though I'm a hot mess, I'll still do it. So one thing about me, even though I'm afraid of something, I'll still do it, right? I'm afraid of heights, but if you not dare me, but I would jump out of a plane. I would actually do it. I would skydive. I would do zip lining. I'm terrified, but I would do it. The only thing that my black behind will not do, besides touch exotic animals and stuff, is scuba diving. I don't play with the ocean. No ma'am. No ma'am. And I won't camp. You won't catch my black tail going camping anywhere. I tell you that. I won't do that. And that's it. Who's going camping?
I
Yeah.
used to go camping.
I feel like I'm camping every time I'm home because I got these daggone bears in my backyard. So I told them, drugs. I don't like work. I don't like none of this.
Catch me doing that. Mm-mm. But anyway, I say all this to say, I have to create a schedule with my husband, and I have to say, hey, the first or the third of the month, just me time. Just let me be me. You know, as women, we forget ourselves all the time. Before we got married, before we had kids, it was just us. It was just me. You know what I'm saying? You can't lose yourself. First of all, if you're not whole within yourself, you're not good for anybody. Like, who are you good for? You're not good for your kids. You're not good for your husband. You're gonna be a grouch. Anything the kids do, you're gonna snap. You have to find time for yourself, lady. You have to find time. You have to make time. Even if it's in the shower. What I do every time I take a shower, I have a portable speakers. You literally could stick it on the tile in the shower, and I'm blasting music, my compa music. I'm just dancing the whole time in the shower. It's just my me time. My kids know not to open that door or come in because I'm not playing. You have to find ways to do something that makes you smile. You have to. You can't be burnt out.
Mm-hmm. How do you view child support? I'll even start. I will say that in my opinion, I do not think that child support, the way that it is set up in our system, fair. I don't think it is set up fairly to a father that wants to be involved with the child. I think that mothers use it as a reason to get back at the father, not because they really want help and support, but because it is their way to make sure that for the rest of that father's life, whatever gripes they have with him, they can use it against him. Personally, like I said, this is personally in my opinion. I'm not against child support if the father is not at all active. I feel like if the father is active and if they are willing to contribute, their contribution should be in direct connection to anything that child needs. Not your nails being done, not paying your rent, making sure you got the finest car, you got the finest clothes. It should be in direct connection. So if it's a babysitter, not a babysitter because you want to go out on a date. Your child's father should not be covering the bill because you want to go out and have a girls' night out or have fun with another man. You want to go out, you pay for it. That's on you. Now, if you have to go to work, I think that it is fair for both of y'all. If he can't keep the child because he's at work as well or busy, both of y'all put the money together and take care of a babysitter. So if it's for child care, if it's for a doctor situation, if it's for a school activity, a trip or something like that, contribute and put the money together. Even if the person wants to contribute to some of the household bills the child directly uses. So it's like, okay, I need to get cable because the child uses the cable. Fine, contribute to that. But I feel like that to take the majority of a person's living to make them cover your living simply because a child lives with you is unfair. Because if that father is involved, I'm mainly speaking about if the father is involved. If he is involved, how do you want for him to maintain his place and his responsibilities that child also has to benefit from? So when that child is with him, if he can't pay his rent, where's the child going when they spend time with the father? I think that the system is very set up. I'm sorry.
Now, when you say involved, okay, what do you mean by involved? Like, because there's different levels of involved because they try to keep that line of communication. You know, like sometimes the communication, needs to be cut off. So a woman can move on and build herself back up again. And that constant back and forth, like women don't need that. That's trying to, they're trying to let it go. Like, just let it go. I would say this might be bad advice to somebody, but if somebody is in a relationship and, with their child, the children's father, and you want to just get away without the if you do the child support, ain't nothing to talk about because your money is going to be on the card, period. Like, move on and don't worry about nothing because if it's money that really will keep you talking to somebody, because money conversations keep everybody around. So I will end the money conversation, honey,
and go right to that judge.
Yeah, we'll have the money conversation, and he will come and he will bless me. He don't even talk to me. He just speaks to me, and that's it.
I definitely will agree with that. And I'll say, for every person out there who is dealing with this and going through this, every situation is unique. There is really no right or wrong way to handle it. I definitely, like I said, feel like a lot of women weaponize the fact that you have a child with a person to get things from that person they don't even really need. I think that the system is set up a little jacked up, not in the favor of men, it's only more in the favor of women. But I have heard of a lot of situations where, men weaponize it too. And they like, I ain't gonna give her nothing, because we ain't together. And if she want this money from me, then, she gotta like still talk to me. And it's not even all the time they still want you so they can be physically with you or they want to be in a relationship. They just still want that power and that control. And that's why I said I don't really like the child support thing, because I think that the root of it is about somebody having power and control over the other person. Listen, y'all, ladies, men, if y'all are watching, let's take the power struggle out of it. Let's figure out a way to do what's right for these kids. Women, if we need to communicate more, if we need to, tell them where the money's going, ain't no harm in that. If you ain't doing nothing wrong with it, what's the point of not, what's the problem with telling them? But men, also with you too. If it ain't working and you the person that's making it not work because you want to be out there putting stuff inside of other things, y'all know what I'm talking about. And it ain't working. I said that's the only reason why relationships don't work, but most of the time, that's the reason. Whoever's doing it, whatever the issue is, fix it. Because it ain't about us. It's about these kids. Stop it. Stop the madness, y'all. If you gotta go for child support, go on and get it. Go on and get it. If you don't have to get it, don't do it. Whatever way you choose, get it together because you got babies and they depending on you. Stop acting like fools. All right. That's what I need to say. Moving on. Look, I told you I'm telling like it is. Because we got a lot of people out here acting like nuts. And I'm not going to say the rest of what I want to say. I keep trying to say it. The Lord delivered me from saying anything out of my mouth. Hold it. It'd be so much out there. Thank you, Jesus, for deliverance.
I started dating immediately because I was so happy to talk to somebody else. Like, I'm so tired of talking to you. Where are the other people that I could talk to? That's
I gotta listen to this.
Let me get comfortable.
Yeah, I just started over and I just kind of did all the things that I should have did way before. Really say how I feel, hurt feelings, like, yo, this is what it is. And I don't care if you like me or not anyway, but this is how I feel. And if you don't want to talk to me no more, it was nice to meet you. And really, really not care, because that's really how we should be. Like, I really, set the standard. Now, when will I bring another person? When I feel like I'm absolutely can be with a person, and really spend the rest of my life with a person, then that's when I'm going to introduce them to my daughter. And it might work or it might not work, but I'm always gonna make sure I maintain certain boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna see nobody kissing, nobody laying down nowhere. She's gonna see regular man and woman interactions. When it's time for us to do our couple thing, we'll do our couple thing together. But as far as the guy being around, she'll always see as her friend or mommy's friend or just a person until she gets old enough to start asking questions. When she get old enough, she might see the same person around and around, and then she'll ask. But then I'm really just waiting for her to ask. So when she really start going through it with the boys and stuff like that, I'm gonna be like, just come, they dumb. There's only gonna be one man for you. One. That's gonna come and make sure that he does everything that you require to be a part of your life.
I don't really date a lot of people that I don't know well. Never really been my story. I've always kind of dated guys that were around in some capacity. And then one day we just like each other and like, oh, okay, I like you too. Okay, let's be together. you know, I will definitely say that I think for me, it works for me that if I am going to date somebody to bring them around in some capacity around Joshua earlier on, not as my boyfriend, not as the person I'm with, but just as a person like, oh, okay, that person is there. It could be a family function. It could be something where there's a bunch of people at, and that person happens to come. And I'm like, oh, hey, Joshua, such. One, because Joshua has great discernment. He can look at a person and be like, yeah, I like this person. And will tell me later, Mom, you know that person that was there? And it don't even be nobody that, it'd be a woman, like a female, that I'm like, oh, that's my homegirl. Yeah, nah, that's not the right homegirl for you, Ma. I just see something on her in the spirit, and that ain't really right. Dead serious. I'm telling you, Joshua is a 45-year-old man. He's my son's Ben. He is my son and my husband, all put together in one. He don't play. So if somebody, even if a guy is just my friend, like I said, I mean, platonic friends, Josh will look at them and go, Mommy, they ain't got good intentions. They mind is somewhere else. I don't know what that means, but I'm telling you, Mommy, they not there because they want to just be your friend. I saw them look at you. I saw them do something, and I don't like that person. Don't bring them around no more.
I think everyone needs a Josh.
Josh is my life coach. Do you understand me? I'm telling you, this boy is on. Naming him Joshua, and he always will say it. Well, I'm named after Jesus, so you know I know. You know I see it. Like, so I'm telling y'all now, any guy out there that thinks they're going to be the future within the future with me, and I'm going to be future Mrs. Whoever, you got to get through Josh first. And if Josh don't like you got to go. Because I trust this boy with my soul. If he say it, usually 9 times out of 10, somewhere down the line, I'm like, man, this child said to me, he may have been like 5 or 6. He said, Mommy, you know something? He said, you hang around people that are good at letting you be their friend. But how many people do you have around you that are good at being your friend? And I said, kill me now, because who did I birth? I have birthed the Savior, the new Savior of this world. Lord, is he going to have to be crucified? Just tell me if he's another one of your sons, Jesus. Am I married? Am I married? Because the things that God is spirit, I just be like, man, but I'm telling you, when it comes to people, and he will always say it's like a smell. He go, I don't understand, it's a smell. And when he's around people whose spirit he don't rock with, he's like, something smells funny. Something stink. And I'm like, the person is dirty? He's like, no, they spirit dirty, mommy. I don't. And he's always like that.
Yes, Josh.
Like, Josh do not play. So I haven't brought, many people on because I ain't dated like that, since I've been divorced. Again, because I'm like kind of enjoying me. I think I just want a specific person. I don't really think I want a relationship. I think I said that before. I think I really just want a specific person. Everybody else, stay away. Don't go on my DMs. I'm not going to look. I'm not going to check. I don't want y'all. I just really don't. I just really don't. I just don't. I'm not saying that would never happen because Felicia keeps telling me that I don't have the right person. They ain't sweeping me off my feet. No, I won't say that that's not true. But I honestly feel like that it's more of the fact that I'm really just not interested. I think that I have dated all versions of men, and I'm not impressed. I see little feet in my door. I'm telling you, that's Joshua. Joshua! Didn't I tell you? Sneaking around, walking light like Jesus. Come on in here. Hello, son. Oh, you can't fall asleep. Why? Because I'm working. Y'all see what I gotta do? Y'all see what I gotta go through? It's 12 o'clock. Do you know you get your body away? Why? So I can't go to sleep. Well, now you're a part of my interview. Come on in here.
Hi, Josh.
See, look, they said hi, Josh. He like, I'm not coming on camera. I was just talking about you. I'm coming in there in a second to check on you. See, mommy and don't stop. Mommy and keep going at 12 o'clock even when you working. Okay. Mommy and do 6 o'clock in the morning when they up to my tummy hurt. Can I get some seltzer water?
Okay.
Yeah.
365.
Ladies, it has come to that dreadful time that we all hate. We must end the show now. I think that we have had a great conversation today. I think we had some really, really good topics too. I'm so glad that we get to invite you guys into our regular conversation. This is how we talk every time we get on one of these things. And then we get off of here and call each other on three-way on Duo. I know. Crazy. But that's what we do. This is what we do. We talk to our girls, talk to our sisters. This is our village, our support system. I hope that you all have this. I encourage all of you, honestly, something that I will tell you as a life coach. I'm going to give it to you for free real quick. Quickly go through your phone. And next to each person, every name that is in your phone, next to that name, write reciprocal or non-reciprocal. For the people in your life that are reciprocal, make sure you write what they are reciprocal for. If they are a good listener, if they're a good prayer warrior, whatever it is, write that down. Reciprocal, and then what they are good at. The non-reciprocal people, I'm not saying get rid of them, but make sure that you lower your expectation for them. I say that because you're not judging them. We're not trying to make them feel bad. When you are going through times when you feel like you are in crisis or you really need someone, it very often feels like you are alone and like you don't have people to call. By doing that, writing reciprocal, non-reciprocal, you go to your phone, you know exactly who to call for what. Not trying to label people, we're just trying to make sure that we make life a little bit easier. So I know who my girls are. I know who I can call for what. These are two of my girls, and I love them so dearly. These are my homies. We go on the road together. We eat together. We fellowship together. We ratchet together. Come on, y'all. We do everything together. This is my girl, again, Dr. Singleton, Felicia Brown. We've had a good time with you guys today. We love y'all. Hope y'all come back on for the next episode to see what we talk about. This is Girls Talk. Later. I shall y'all on Duo.
I'm going to sleep. I don't know what y'all doing.